Welcome to NIOS. As you know, that we had covered the topic economic impact of British on India in the previous lecture. Today, we will take up a new topic. The topic's name is British impact on Indian society and culture. This is part 3 of the chapter 5. Learners, do you know that when the British came to India, the social condition of the country was not good? There were many evil social customs that the people followed. The condition of women and low-class people was especially bad. Many evil social practices were followed, like female infanticides soon after birth, child marriage, polygamy. Polygamy means marriage of a man to many women. And sati. Sati means burning of widows with their husbands. And caste system. When the British came to India, they brought with them ideas like liberty, equality, freedom, and human rights. Educated Indians were inspired by these ideas, and this led to the birth of many reform movements in India. Reform movement is the process of introducing positive changes in society. Many Indian social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Pandita Ramabai, all these played an important role in creating awareness against the social evils present in the society. The British made many new laws against the existing social evil practices. Now, let us take a look at them. The first practice, which was practice of sati, was banned by then Governor General of India, whose name was Lord William Bentinck. In the year 1829. The second new law, which was against the existing social evil practice, was widow remarriage. It was now permitted by the law. This law was passed in the year 1856. The third law, which was against the existing social evil practice, was child marriage. In the year 1929, Sharda Act was passed that prevented child marriage. According to this act, the minimum age of marriage for girls was 14 years and for boys it was fixed at 18 years. Practices like caste system and untouchability were criticized by all the social reformers. These social reformers and their efforts had a very positive effect over the status of women in the society. They started getting education and doing jobs. Many of them started coming out of their homes and taking part in the freedom movement. Women like Captain Lakshmi Sehgal of Indian National Army, another woman Sarojini Naidu, and Annie Besant, and Aruna Asaf Ali, and many others played very important part in the Indian freedom struggle against British. Before moving forward, let us try to understand the social and cultural policies of the British when they came to India. Learners, as you know, that the British had come as traders to India and later became the rulers of our country. They wanted the Indians to become educated and modern so that they could learn to use the British goods. Now the question was that what education should be given to Indians? Should it be Western education or Indian education? The English were divided into two groups on this topic. While one section wanted to teach subjects like science and technology to the Indians, the other section believed in giving education of subjects like religion and philosophy. The British government did not want to modernize India fully as they wanted to continue their rule over India. In fact, the British were afraid that if modern science and technology is taught to Indian, they might oppose the foreign rule in their country. However, the British were very interested in introducing English education in India. Let us know why. The English educated Indians could become clerks or lower level workers who would work on lower salary than the British. Second reason was these English educated Indians would be loyal to the British because they had given them work. Third, the English educated Indians would like British items, customs, and festivals. Therefore, the British culture will spread in India. Fourth, in fact, the British thought that as British culture will become popular in India, people will not oppose foreign rule over their country. The British Parliament issued the Charter Act in the year 1813, in which a sum of 1 lakh rupees was fixed to promote knowledge of Western science in India. However, not all people favored this idea as they suggested the use of regional languages as a medium of instructions and not English language. Finally, the British government decided to start the policy of teaching Western science through English medium. Dear learners, now we shall study a new term. Its name is Wood's Dispatch. Are you aware about this term? The Wood's Dispatch was the document of English government on promotion of education in India. Under it, universities were opened in the cities of Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay in the year 1857. Department of Education were opened in all the states and few English colleges were also opened. In short, the objective of the Wood's Dispatch was the spread of English education in India. It is true that the English started social reforms and teaching of Western sciences and English language in India for their own gains. But this had a positive effect on the Indians also. Let us see how. The first positive effect was ideas of freedom, equality, human rights, etc. All these reached to the common people of India. This was indeed a positive effect. Second positive effect was English became the connecting language of India as it united them all together. Third positive effect of English language was many Indians went to foreign countries and received education there. They learned about democracy, and democracy is a form of government in which the people choose their rulers by voting. So, this was a positive effect. The fourth positive effect was as now the Indian learnt English, they started reading foreign writers like Rossio, Ruskin, Locke, Mill, etc., and learnt about the ideas of equality, liberty, and human rights. The fifth positive effect was the success of French Revolution and American Revolution filled in them the feelings of freedom and nationalism. So they started loving their country and felt devoted to their country. Sixth positive effect was Western thinkers like Max Muller, and Annie Besant told people about the greatness of their culture and nation. Thus, the Indians became proud of their culture. The newspaper played a big role in spreading the feelings of love and respect for the country while opposing the colonial rule. Here it becomes important to know that the early British officers in India praised the ancient Indian culture. Such people were called as Orientalists. They thought that in this way they will understand the Indian people and rule them easily. Warren Hastings, William Jones, Jonathan Duncan, all these were such Orientalists. Many societies were formed by these Orientalists, like the Calcutta Madrasa was formed by Warren Hastings. In the year 1781, and Sanskrit College by Jonathan Duncan in the year 1794. Fort William College by Wellesley in the year 1800. However, the Asiatic Society of Bengal was founded by William Jones in the year 1784, became a big center for the study of Indian language, culture, and literature. Let us now try to focus on the impact of reform movements. The first impact was the social and religious reform movements filled the Indians with feelings of pride and self respect for their culture and country. Another impact was the introduction of modern ideas and science changed the outlook of Indians as they learned that there was nothing wrong in changing their old ideas and customs with changing time. The feeling of unity was born among people, and this led to the beginning of the freedom struggle against the British. Learners, we must not forget that the British administration and justice system was not very supportive to Indians. The Indians were not treated with equality as they could not be appointed on higher posts in administrations or military. The British introduced a new system of law and justice in India. They said that rule of law had been established, but actually it was not so. As the final decision was in the hands of the English judges, and there were different laws for Indians and Europeans. Not only this, the justice became costly, as common people could not afford the fees and other things. Thus, we see that the British introduced the social reforms and Western and English education in India for their own benefit. However, slowly, with the introduction of Western science and modern ideas, the outlook of people changed. We should remember that the social reformers played a very important role in changing the old and conservative ideas of people. Now it is time to summarize what we have learned in this session so far. First, we talked about social conditions of India at the time of coming of British to India. Second point we discussed was social reforms introduced by the British in India regarding female infanticides, widow remarriage, etc. Third, we discussed about British education policy in India. We talked about Charter Act of 1813 and Wood's Dispatch of 1854. Fourth, we talked about positive impact of Western and English education in India. Fifth point was who were Orientalists and what was their contribution to India. Sixth point we discussed was about attitudes of British administrations and justice system towards Indian. With this, we come to the end of this session. I hope you understood this topic well. If you have any query or doubt and you want to ask any question, you can send email at signlanguage@nios.ac.in. You can also visit our website at www.nios.ac.in. Thank you for watching.